Hello, my name is Teddy Cologne, and I will speak to you about the importance of a level one trauma center. About a month ago, um, an hour after dropping off my son at a youth convention, my wife and I received a call. This call was to inform us that my son had suffered an accident and a laceration to his forehead so deep that the blood would not stop. As you can imagine, this is not a phone call we want to receive. Um, the thought of a child experiencing any type of trauma is one that every parent wants to avoid. Most parents feel the need to protect their child from um, any challenge. And because of this, they actually, um, we understand that there are parents from all over the world planning to bring their child over to an amusement park like Walt Disney World here in Central Florida. Why? Because we want our child to be happy. We want our children to be safe. We want our children to be healthy, and part of that is providing them with a nice time. Now, the Associated Press actually ranked Orlando as the number two destination from the top 10 destinations during the Thanksgiving holiday. This presents a 7% jump from last year. In other words, there's many families coming visiting Central Florida. And with that, I actually think to myself, well, there's a lot of people at one time coming and visiting our area. And not only that, but WFTV.com states that over 73,000 people have relocated to Central Florida area within the last year. In other words, there's an influx of people relocating, and there's an influx of tourists coming to our area. Now, when you think about it, you can determine that that brings along a need for specialized emergency care. That brings along a need for emergent um, care. Florida has seen its share of devastating situations affecting adults and children. Unfortunately, we've seen um, shootings, we've seen so many different things, especially there's accidents in amusement parks. We've seen drownings also. But the Department of the Florida Department of Health states that over 6,000 children ages 1 through 5 have been treated at the emergency department due to non-fatal motor vehicle injuries in 2014. That is a big number of children, and that's only through the ages 1 through 5, without taking consideration children over the age of 5 and adults. So you can multiply that number. Also, there were over 1,600 cases of people hospitalized due to non-fatal firearm injuries in 2014. Um, that is non-fatal without even thinking of other outcomes, unfortunately, like death. Since the post nightclub shootings, there's been over 50 shootings in Florida alone. So that is presenting a huge problem, increase of the need of emergency care. Now, I mentioned trauma center. What is a trauma center? According to traumacenter.com, the trauma center is a hospital equipped and staffed um, to be able to provide care for patients suffering from major traumatic injuries like a fall, like motor vehicle accidents, or gunshot wounds as well. Now, there is a designation of level one, and in order for a facility to be designated as level one, basically it needs to have 24-hour in-house coverage by general surgeons and the prompt availability of care in specialties as orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, anesthesiology, emergency medicine, radiology, internal medicine. It needs to have that availability at a moment's notice to be able to assist in case of an emergency. Besides that qualification or that element of level one, it needs to have referral services. It has to have continuing education of the trauma team members. It needs to incorporate comprehensive quality assessment program. It needs to go through a rigorous process in order to maintain its level one status. Level 1 Trauma Center is capable of providing total care for every aspect of injury. That is prevention all the way through rehabilitation. There's a study performed regarding the effectiveness or regionalization of trauma centers that demonstrate a reduction of death incidences due to specialized services that were received. In other words, in regions where there is effective trauma centers, the mortality was reduced. We have many hospital systems here in Central Florida. However, there's only one hospital system that holds a level 1 trauma center here in this area, and that is Orlando Health's Orlando Regional Medical Center, providing level 1 care for adults. And in conjunction with the Arnold Palmer Hospital Medical Center for Children, they would offer these services for pediatric services. Parents should remember this information when faced with an emergency. There is a well-prepared community hospital qualified to saving children's lives, adults' lives, when they're confronted with an emergent situation. Just think, in case of an emergency, there is a hospital that is capable and able to assist. That is my message for today, and you have a great day.